Good afternoon. This is Storm Team 7 meteorologist Jason Nappi tracking Tropical Storm Irma. Still a storm now. Wind of 16 miles per hour, moving northwest at 17. It is now over South Georgia, and it is moving northwest. Continues to do so. This storm is still packing a punch with some tornadoes down along the coast of South Carolina. Tybee Island has come up quite a bit with the storm surge as the storm continues to spin over southern Georgia, and it's going to be taking a turn towards Alabama, at least the center of it, as we get into tonight and tomorrow morning. The heavy rain continues. The entire state of South Carolina is seeing rain from Irma. And also wind gusts right now, 30 to 40 miles per hour, sustained in some spots, and definitely wind gusts up close to more than that. So I'll take a look at all the particulars with this. Thank you for everyone for being here as the storm is tracking this afternoon off to our west and southwest, moving northwest. So taking a look at the radar site, and you see the entire state of South Carolina is covered by rainfall. Northeast Georgia, western North Carolina seeing that, and that rain continues to come down heavy at times on the forecast. So expect things to be very stormy as we get through tonight. Up and down the interstates will be quite stormy too. Take a look at your high wind warning from tonight until 2 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday. The northeast winds. This is for almost the entire area. So this pink shade shows where the wind is going to be the highest. That's where the wind is going to be 25 to 35 sustained, gust up to 55. And the wind advisory up for the mountains. So we won't see the wind as high there, but the higher elevations you go, we'll certainly see very high wind. So thank you for being here. Appreciate that. Everyone checking in from where they live here on the forecast thing. Look at our right now current wind speeds. These are sustained wind speeds for the entire area. So anywhere from 28 in Spartanburg to about 28 in Clemson. And we have wind gusts that are certainly higher than that. Here are the wind gusts now more than 40 miles per hour in Spartanburg and 48 in Anderson, and getting close to 50 mile per hour wind gusts in Clemson, Anderson especially, Toccoa 31, Alberton 32, Greenwood 39. So not as high in the mountains, but definitely seeing the wind gust increase. Anyone, what are you seeing where you live? If anyone wants to post right now any pictures, if it's safe to do so, feel free to do that. And also, if you have any weather reporting instruments, you can put that for us here on right there. You could be a weather spotter for us and post what the wind you're seeing and the rainfall amounts that you're seeing. So this is what we are tracking into this afternoon, into tonight especially. More power outages, additional trees down, and an isolated tornado. Can't rule that out, although the threat is a lot higher down in the low country for sure, and even towards the Midlands of Columbia, down back towards Aiken. Flash flood watch in effect for northeast Georgia, extreme part of northwestern upstate. So you're going to talk about Oconee County, yes, and then also head towards the higher elevations, the mountains. So Brevard, Hendersonville, seeing the rain amounts 3 to 4 inches. This goes until 8 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday. So feel free to post your weather reports that you're seeing here on right here for me, and I will make sure to add those into whatever reporting information we get. The wind is going to get higher as we get through tonight. We're just in the beginning stages of seeing the wind go higher. If you have any questions about that, feel free to let me know. And here's a look at the forecast showing Irma still a tropical storm, as it's just going to be west of Atlanta and then weakening to a depression into the overnight hours for tomorrow into Tuesday. So it is going to be weakening, but still packing a punch. And we'll dry things out here on Wednesday, just a chance of a scattered shower. The timeline to show the wind start to get up to 50 miles per hour for those gusts is going to be tonight, between about 6 and 9 o'clock tonight, midnight, and then things start to really taper down after about 3 and 4 o'clock. Rainfall amounts starting to add up. Going to be updating this within the next half hour here. We get the 4 o'clock update in for the rain amounts. Still expecting rainfall amounts to be potentially high, between 1 and 3 inches, locally more than that. Potential there is for some minor flooding, but it wouldn't be anything like we've seen down to our south. Would I be safe driving Illinois back to home to Spartanburg in the morning? You would be, there'll be some rain. As long as you're not in a high-profile vehicle, you should be fine, Sherry, on the roads. Watch the bridges and overpasses. Linda, where do you live where the wind is bad? So here's the update on Jose, which is still in the Atlantic, and it's supposed to stay away from land for the next 5 to 7 days right now. So that's some good news on that. A chance for tropical storm winds. Anything, the farther you go down to the south, down towards Abbeville, Anderson, the closer you are to the storm, that's when the chance is that. Here are the big headlines for the wind gusts across the southeast. So Naples, Big Pine Key, Key Largo was close to 100. Not far from Marathon Key was where the landfall was yesterday morning. Cudjoe Key and Marathon Key 88 and Tampa Bay at 78. Miami at the Fort Lauderdale airport there, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, 120. Miami got hit pretty hard. Miami Airport at 99 and Cape Canaveral at 94. Some very high wind gusts as the storm came up the coast. Look at the power outages from Tropical Storm Irma. This is the likelihood. So right now in the limit to scattered range, we could see more power outages as we get through tonight as the wind does pick up here for us. So Inman seeing some gusts. Trees fell, took out a building next to a mobile home, West Union. Yeah, I would definitely stay in sturdy structures tonight if you can, and make sure that if you hear that the trees starting to go back and forth, make sure that you're staying indoors. And make sure your car isn't parked under a tree either. That would help too. And there are the current temperatures in the 50s and 60s, so the forecast is definitely going to be showing the wind picking up here. Any other questions anyone has here for me on this Facebook Q&A? Creep Jan Cherokee home from work. Well, if you're driving in a Grand Cherokee, it is technically an SUV, so you do have to be careful. The lower you are to the ground, lower profile, you're definitely better with this, but I wouldn't. I would definitely take it slowly. I wouldn't drive too fast, Mandy, with that. Easily the wind is high. Yes, it definitely is here. So if anyone has any questions about the storm schools, we're posting that update about the schools on our website. You can tune into 7 News at 5 for a full update on the schools situation for tomorrow. The wind will be dying down tomorrow. The winds are going to increase, Dan, as we get into tonight. There is a small chance of a tornado, Linda, but the wind is going to be dying down tomorrow in a big way. It's really going to be slacking quite a bit, the wind. So you don't have to worry about the wind tomorrow. It's only going to be tonight. The entire upstate is going to see wind gusts up to 55 miles per hour. So we have to be prepared for that. And Northeast Georgia is included in that. Yeah, I'm not looking for the wind to pick up in downtown Spartanburg. Bad for Boiling Springs. Constant winds in Cross Hill. Yeah, thank you for the weather reports, by the way. I really appreciate everyone chiming in with that. But these are the current wind gusts. We'll get an update to this in about 20 minutes here. We'll see where the wind starts to really go higher. But right now, anywhere across the upstate, we could see those wind gusts up close to 50 and 55 miles per hour. And I thank everyone for being here and everyone for checking in. You know, Gaffney checking in as well if you're in Gaffney. We could see, definitely, if you go to the high wind warning, and you're asking about where we could see that, anywhere in this pink shade is where you could see 55 mile per hour wind gusts. It wouldn't be sustained, but it would be wind gusts. Anywhere where the high wind warning is in effect, that's in the pink shade here. So it's going to be getting worse as we get through tonight, and getting better after daybreak tomorrow in a big way. Things start to improve tomorrow morning. So you can just check in with updates here. Thank you, Dan, on our Facebook page. And Chief Meteorologist Christy Henderson with a full update coming tonight at 5 o'clock on 7 News, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 10 and 11. Obviously, if we get a tornado, we will cut into what am I saying? We'll cut into the broadcast. Whatever's on, we'll cut in if we get that. So stay with us for 7 News coverage here of Tropical Storm Irma. And updates coming in every 3 hours for Irma. So the next update is at 5 o'clock. We'll have that live for you on air on 7 News. So thank you for all of the reports here. Just giving you an update on things going on back home and also what's going on with Irma down to the southeast. So appreciate all the weather reports. Keep those coming even after I end the broadcast. Keep the weather reports coming. That would be great. and we will definitely do that. Tornadoes could happen. It would be a brief, isolated tornado. That is a chance, yes. We're watching that very closely, but right now, the higher threat is off to our southeast, and there are no tornado warnings up at all at this time. So, there are no major tornadoes in the forecast, Kathy. That is not the case here. There are no tornado watches or warnings right now. That is not the case. So, just I can only control what you see here and what we're putting out right now. We are not under a tornado threat that is increased. It is the same as yesterday. Thank you, Dan. It is right now just a brief, isolated chance. That's all it is for tornadoes. But that still doesn't mean we're done. So anyone anywhere in Georgia is going to be worse than South Carolina because you're closer to the storm. So doing an update here. So tune in to Chief Meteorologist Christy Henderson today at 5 for an update. I appreciate that. Thank you everyone for being here. Another update coming at 5 o'clock here. And Charleston is under flash flood warnings at this time, and so is Savannah. So any other questions, just let us know. You can share this with your friends. We'd appreciate it. And we will definitely be checking in with you at 5 o'clock. Have a good afternoon.